Hi, lovelies. This is Miss G, and this is your love and money reading. We are covering all 12 zodiac like we do it every week. And you guys, this is timeless. So whenever you stumble upon it and it resonates with you, then this reading is for you. Thank you so much for being here today. I am so excited to be putting this together. And we'll be doing this every 6 p.m., you guys, Saturdays, 6 p.m. Eastern. Premiering. I'll always be there to answer questions or to say hi. So make sure you're tuning in. And we're going to get right into it, you guys. We're going to start right into Aries. Guys, what do you see? Oh, let's get some timestamps. 1 moment. We're only 49 seconds in. Hi, Aries. All right, you guys, make sure you comment down below if this resonates with you, and make sure to put your zodiac so you have an opportunity to win the next bonus reading. All right, love for, oh, wow, that's interesting. Love for Aries, guys. Give me some direct answers right now. Some of you are angry and you are sitting back. You're wanting to tell somebody off, right, Aries? Yeah, you felt really deeply connected to somebody and you're having a hard time moving past. And you want to get over it. You want to let it go. So I think you're really just want to tell this person how you feel so you can release it completely, so you can move forward. And I feel like you're wanting to start dating again, right? You're wanting to have somebody to spend time with, but you're mentally conflicted. You're like, I'm not ready yet. I'm not quite there yet. And maybe even like, stuck your little big toe out in the water a little bit in the dating field, if you will, looking for love because you are lonely and you do want, that passionate, exciting relationship, right? You want love and harmony and somebody to build with, and you're wanting somebody to go out and enjoy life with, right? I got the date card here. So maybe you've been staying at home because you don't got anybody to go out to dinners with or whatever it may be. And you're like, it's a little bit of time, but you're still hurting from this person. You're like, I can't seem to get past this. Well, first of all, Aries, I want you to be patient with yourself because the more healing we do, the more processing we do, the closer we're getting ourselves to love. So you could be putting yourself out on all these websites, maybe going to bars, trying to meet people or whatever it may be. And you're going to end up finding somebody you're going to settle for that's toxic or whatever, because you're not ready yet. So the soonest you can get to love, or the best steps you can get there fastest, is actually working on yourself, processing, and you're doing that, Aries. So I really love seeing that for you, because what you're doing is opening door to love, true love. And it's also, putting that energy out there to where your person is doing the same. You consciously know that something's weighing on you. And I feel like this is almost past tense. Like this is a situation you feel like you should have been over with. Maybe recently you were triggered and, you're like, oh, I just really need to say something to this person. And this person might even be admired by everybody else, right? Like they don't even see this person's true colors. They also might be, somebody that's uppity up in your workplace or in your neighborhood or city or whatever it may be, to where you're like, I don't know if I can, go and say something to this person about their behaviors, what might happen to me for taking those steps. You're a little bit distrusting. So you're just kind of, being two-faced about it. And, maybe it isn't best for you to go forward to this person and, have that conversation. They come off a little bit immature, a little self-involved. They're definitely not wanting to have that conversation, or you guys would have had this conversation before you were here, feeling isolated, crying, and them not responding to you, right? So maybe they, were doing a lot of stroking of your ego, spending time with you, doting on you, and then they switched up. But what I'm seeing now is you're wanting to say something, whatever it was that this person did. And you're just like, I don't know how, that's going to reflect on me because of who this person is for whatever reason. So the guys are suggesting write it down. If you can't say it to the person directly, write them a letter so you're at least getting it off your chest. burn it, send it energetically to them, and release it, because this is mentally and emotionally exhausting for you, right? It's time for you to take a new leaf and leave these old feelings behind. And that's what's happening as you're processing this. It doesn't feel good. It's not where you want to be, but this is you being the mature one. You're the one that's, getting in alignment with what you really want in love and getting yourself ready and being a good partner, even if your person isn't here yet, right? So this is opening the door to true love. All right. So you're making all the right steps, even though it doesn't feel good, Aries. All right. So we're going to move forward to career and finances. Guys, what do we see for Aries around money? Give me some direct answers right now. Wow, Aries. If you do what you're passionate about to make money, it is about to skyrocket. Either way, you are on the verge of a great abundance. If you're wanting a new home that's falling into place for you, I'd say the next couple months or maybe this following year, but your wealth is building. So is your happiness, your joy. I'm seeing a family home. Okay. I'm seeing a family home with security, abundance, stability, peace of mind, happiness. I mean, it don't get any better than that. I mean, you're scared that you're never going to be able to call these things in, that you're never going to have these things like you want them. And the guides are saying, calm it down, because you're going to have it all, right? And all of these past happenings, if you feel like, things are surfacing for you, like thought-based wise around past happenings, like, oh, I did that before and it turned out bad. Or, oh, I don't know, I failed at this. You need to release that immediately, because you do not want to create any blockages in all this abundance. And look at this. This is passionate. This is fun. This is really living a good life, a happy life. It just really doesn't get better in this. This is having your cake and your ice cream too. I say that to you guys all the time, because this is a great love. This is having your home. This is having passion, abundance. And the only thing that's keeping you from this is this here. As your belief system, your thought basis. So I'd be analyzing every single one of them and releasing that, because you do not want to be held back from this, Aries. All right. Wow. I love seeing that for you. And the reason why certain things are weighing on you is because you have been through some devastation situations, right, around your career. And this has just kind of created this, lack of patience, feeling scared, to watch and see what happens. And all of these is in disalignment for what you're trying to go for. All right. So let's realign. Let's keep our courage up, and let's start looking at what you think of as past failures as learning lessons, stepping stones, right? Because whatever we throw out to the universe, even abundance, comes back to us. All right, Aries, I'm always here for you. Don't hesitate to reach out. And again, if that reading's for you, right, claim it. All right, we're moving forward to Taurus. Hi, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here today. Shuffling these babies and picking up on energy. Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers right now. Taurus around love. Why is no one coming forward to me? That's the thought base I'm picking up from you, Taurus, around love. Or at least you have some, lack of understanding of why you're not finding a person, why you're not finding anybody that you think's in your level. You might even feel like you're feeling compelled to reach out to somebody in the past that became exhausting, that weighed you down, that is toxic, Taurus. And if that's the situation, I'd really analyze that. Are you just getting lonely? Because you don't have anybody right now that's piquing your interest and you're becoming toxic. Okay. Or are you really connected to this person? And I think both of us already know that this past person is not good for you, Taurus. It's not going to get you that happy family home that you're really desiring, that commitment, that deep rooted love. I got the breakthrough card. That's not going to happen with that, right? And if you keep attaching yourself to this person that you know that's not on your level, and I think that you don't even need me to tell you that, like, you know, all this like deep down, and you want to open yourself up to new possibilities. But you know, you just feel still connected. You still feel compelled in that. And you know, we're habitual creatures, right? We start getting pulled into all these thought bases about somebody, and next thing you know, we can't stop thinking about them and getting pulled back into different things. But letting this go, releasing this completely, is what's really going to bring you love and bring in these new possibilities. All right. So the guides are saying, even though you're not still devastated about these past situations, you're still clinging to the past because you're like, oh, it could have turned other ways. What if? What if I was to give that person another opportunity, even though you already know? You just have such a big heart, Taurus, that you want to keep it going. But detaching from that, overcoming that, is going to let the universe know that you're not willing to tolerate whatever it was bringing to the table, that that's not in alignment with what you truly want. And it's going to do this, Taurus. It's going to open up these new possibilities and leave this past person in the past where they belong and break through to that happy family home. All right. You know, and this card shows abundance too, Taurus, just so you know. Not trying to already get into your finance career reading, but you know, that card is all about having your cake and your ice cream too. So you're doing a good job processing. Don't let your loneliness pull you back into old toxic behaviors or people. Stay on track, because before you know it, you're going to have all that you desire, Taurus. All right. We're going to lay on money and career. Oh, wow. That was wild. You're postponing. You're sitting back on something, unsure what to do. Oh my goodness, these cards are going wild today. Yeah, you want to be open and receptive to this new opportunity that's coming forward to you. I think for a lot of you already know what this is, and you're like, oh, I don't know. This seems like a lot, or this could be devastating to me financially. But the guides are saying that this is what you've been manifesting. Don't back down now. You know, when the universe gives you what you've been asking for, you need to jump straight in. All right. I'm going to be honest with you, Taurus. I see this as a manifestation that the only reason you're backing up from is because you're letting fear-based, worrisome thoughts get in the way of your abundance. And Taurus, don't get me wrong. You know, you guys are really good at manifesting, making money, coming up with creative ideas to bring in second, third, fourth sources of income. You guys are amazing like this, and you're good at saving as well. So I'm not saying that, you know, you're usually just, you know, sitting back, postponing, sulking about things, or seeing the worst in things. But maybe just in a situation, you're like, oh, that's risky. You know, here's your confirmation that this is going to be you at the end. All right. Sitting, being wealthy, stable, having money to play with. You're going to be the person that people are going to admire for all their hard work, their big, beautiful home. All right. There's that family home card with all that abundance. Okay. And this is you being receptive and open to it by keeping your excitement around it and getting in alignment with it. So I would stop sulking and be like, oh, yeah, it looks big and great, beautiful, colorful, all exciting. But I'm over here where everything's dull. Yeah, you know, things don't just don't shine that way here for me. Right. So it's your outlook that's keeping this from being a good opportunity. All right. And this is what's going to come, Taurus, is breakthrough. All right. Breakthrough to the next financial bracket. You can integrate this into your life. And this will also open up even more possibilities as the future goes. So I would be second guessing if you're feeling worrisome or, you know, scared about an opportunity, and be like, hey, maybe it's time for me to get past that. Maybe that's not what, you know, that's not my internal guidance. Maybe that's just me being scared. Okay. All right. So we're moving forward to Gemini. Taurus, if that resonated with you, please say claim it down below. And Gemini, thank you so much for being here today. Make sure you're subscribing, liking, and sharing. Feeling a little bit of love. And like I was telling Taurus, if this reading resonates with you, right, claim it right down below and let me know. All right, you guys. So I'm shuffling these babies and picking up on energy. And we're going to lay on love for Gemini. Guys, what do you see? Give me a direct answer right now. Love for Gemini. Ooh. All right, so this past connection got very bizarre, very toxic, very weird, off-putting, but you're still in love. And you're like, why? Why am I thinking about this person? Why do I feel still emotionally attached to this person? This person isn't what I want. And you don't want to reconnect with this person, Gemini. But, maybe you still have to deal with this person because you guys have kids together or financial matters that need to be taken care of. Maybe you're married and you're going through a divorce, because I feel like the slow down card in reverse says that you still have to do a lot of interacting with this person. So the guys are kind of saying, be patient with yourself, right? This is not healthy. It's a toxic connection that you do not want to put your energy into. But, because of whatever this connection is, with this communication still opening, it's causing a lot of sorrow. It's causing a lot of longing for you to have things the way they were back then. And the reality of it is, we're habitual creatures. We get used to cohabitating, being with somebody, things being a certain way. And, we know we can survive that way, even if it isn't a life that really resonates with us. Okay. And that's what the guides are saying. This is not your guided person. Look at this. We got it in reverse form. And I don't think I'm telling you anything you don't already know, because I already see, like, you're like, oh, this is not what I want. That's not what I'm dreaming about. But there's some kind of part inside of you that's wanting to backtrack, wanting to sabotage, just to let things feel normal. And the guides are saying, push through it. All right. Don't be toxic. Don't entertain this when you know it's not right. And the next thing you know, you're going to feel a lot better. All the stress, all this thinking you're doing is going to clear out. And you're going to be in more peace, more harmony, and on track to finding your true love than sabotaging yourself. All right, Gemini. So let's make sure we're processing, working through things, and not going back to whatever this was like in the beginning that got very bizarre, got very toxic. And I don't know why, but that card just made me, and the whole lay made me think of a circus. So Gemini, if you're coming out of a relationship that was much like a circus, that is not for you. All right, we're going to move forward to career. Career and money for Gemini. Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers right now. Oh my goodness. I cannot keep a hold of the cards today. Wow. Something's coming towards you you're unaware of. This is something you put in your manifestation bank, but it's going to happen in a way that's really going to blow your mind, excite you. And I feel like you're going to be working by yourself. I don't know why that needs to be said, but that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing something solo. That's in alignment with your passions, but you're like, is it or is it not? But it seems to be there. You're going with the flow. It seems to be good for you, but there are going to be some things that aren't quite in alignment with your complete desires that you'll be detached from. Guys, so is it or is it not for Gemini? Give us some direct answers here. I'm seeing a lot of back and forthness. Gemini, I think a lot of this is, kind of about how you go into it. What is the energy you bring forward to this? It has potential. And if you come forward passionate, lacking fear, courageous, going full force ahead, communicating, letting people know how you feel about things, and, really letting go of any negative thought base around this, because you can't let your minds venture there. You can embrace a very passionate job here, or career, or business, whatever it may be, financial outlet of some sort. But what I'm seeing is it being really easy for you, smooth sailing, resonating with you. So at first it might be like, is this really what I wanted? Or is this, partially what I was looking for? But I figure I see once you start getting things worked out and all the kinks, that you're going to find is a lot more in alignment than you think it was, right? And that it really works for you. So I would stick in there. I wouldn't make any harsh judgments. And a long run of things, you can turn and go another direction if desired. So no reason to get yourself all worked up, right? And this is also going to open up new possibilities. But this is what I'm seeing. This is you in this job. All right. So you have called this in, and it does resonate with you. I mean, you're just going to be passionately working at this, creating, and maybe even with time co-creating with people. But at first, I feel like this is going to be solo. Just so you know, yeah, just so you know, I feel like you're going to be working solo. There might be somebody that you talk to that gives ideas, maybe a friend or a loved one or a coworker that you're close to kind of opens your ideas to this, or somebody you collaborate with business wise. But it's going to take you. So if this comes in through an opportunity from a friend or things like that, they can point you a lot in the right direction. But this is going to be mainly on you, and you're going to be trying to figure this out mainly on your own. Not saying they're not going to support you, but they're just not always going to be there, Gemini. And here's the outcome, okay? So I think it's a really good possibility that this could be a money maker. All right. We are moving forward to Cancer. First, Gemini, if you need a more detailed reading, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My link is down below. All right, Cancer, thank you so much for being here today. I am definitely these babies, and we are picking up on energy around love. Guys, what do you see? Oh, that got a little while. Oh, I see something about a rebel. Somebody bold, assertive. I like the energy. What do we see around love for Cancer? All right. So you had somebody coming in that could talk the panties off of none. Am I right, Cancer? And you learned they weren't at home behaving, right? You just don't learn that at home behaving. I tell all my clients this. But you had fun going out with them. You guys might have even went out of your local area. There might have even been something about a getaway, a little traveling. And this person, you look at this person and they got it all together. I mean, that is the energy that they put off, right? Like they're the master. They're knowledgeable, they're wise, they got everything they want, and they're successful in everything they desire, and they walk this different path than most people. So they're very unique, very interesting. So I can see why you were pulled into this person, but you didn't get what you wanted with them. And the reality of it is you're not going to. And, they're just might not even seem like it with all this different energy I'm seeing here, but they're immature. They're looking for attention. They're looking for that ego stroke. They're wanting to come in and love bomb, spend time with somebody, and then take off before, they have to do any kind of hard work. So they're in love with the new beginnings, right? So you guys had great energy, but they've also practiced at this quite a bit, just so you know. Yeah, so immature in reverse, source of passion in reverse. So this is somebody that's probably seeing several different people, and this is something that they do. They disappear before things get too good. So a lot of the reasons why they might have mastered things so well in career and have all these admirers is because they didn't, build in love. They didn't have the time put in to build a family, all that goodness. You might even find this person doesn't even have kids, never been married, things of that nature, but they're scared of love. They put all their investment in their career and things of that nature because they're scared of love. They're scared of being vulnerable. They're scared of being hurt. Career, money, they've mastered that. It's more predictable for them. They're better at it. I see somebody new coming in the picture for you, Cancer. That's good news. As we have somebody that's a past life connection coming in the picture. You guys have work to do from the past life. This person is suiting of your dreams. I do see it moving to the next level, and you're calling this person in by processing and letting this past person here go. And other past people, if you're holding on to that as well. And look at this. Not only are you integrating and making space for this new person and balancing your energy, this person is tempting. Yeah. So, I mean, not only am I seeing this loving connection, your dream person coming forward, I think you can be having some good sex, Cancer. So that is a good news right there. All right. Wow. So, yeah, don't waste your time with Romeo back here. It is time to move forward to a real person. All right. We're going to move forward to career and money. Career and money for Cancer. Guys, what do you see? Give me a direct answer right now for Cancer. Ooh. You're trying to hide, step back from feeling impatient around your career, finances. I feel like you're not wanting to vent. You're not wanting to make it more than it is. Maybe you're not wanting to share it with other people. Maybe you don't want their input, but you feel like you've hit some walls. You're also getting a little bit bored, right? It's getting a little stagnant. It's getting the same old day in, day out. And the guy has to say you're making good moves by not venting, not allowing yourself to, recreate that energy by throwing it out there through venting, telling other people. And, they might even tell other people. And this whole energy just gets built up around it, right? So it's good for you to keep it to yourself because that's what's really going to help you get past this, to realign your energy. I mean, we're all humans. We get there. We get exhausted. We get wore down. We get tired of the same old, right? But when we go venting, we do these different things. What does it do? It snowballs, right? So this. I feel like you're very well aware. You're in control of your energy, and you're like, no, not going this direction. And before you know it, you're back into this happy mode. You're sharing your passion excitedly. So instead of venting, you're putting out there this amazing energy of what makes you excited so that can recreate. You're celebrating life, maybe out with some friends, enjoying life, having good times, feeling abundant enough to be out enjoying life, having good times. Because you guys, that screams to the universe that I am abundant, to have a timeout, that I deserve a timeout. I enjoy timeout, and I don't have to worry about money. So I can do a little bit of work. I can have this. And the universe says, oh, okay, let me give you more of that. All right. Wow, Cancer. If that reading resonates with you, please claim it in the comments. And we are moving forward to Leo. Hi, Leo. Thank you so much for being here. I am shuffling these babies and picking up on energy. Guys, what do we see for Leo around love? The cards are getting thick, Leo. It means they have messages for you today. I like it. Wow. You are going to have somebody coming forward with a very bold, very assertive energy, very confident, probably very flirty, wanting to take you out on a date. Okay. And they're going to want to attach yourself to you. you'll become attached to this person awfully fast because I feel like they're a good talker. Their energy is a lot of fun and they take control of the situation. And maybe that's not something you're used to, Leo. Maybe they're like, oh, whatever you want. What do you want? Whereas this person's like, oh, I'll pick the table. Can I order for you? Let me order this cocktail that I know is delightful for you to try if you're open to that. I'm not saying they're pushing you to make you, but they're just taking control, like, picking the restaurant, things of that nature, maybe the day, things of that. And it just feels good to you that somebody's taking all this effort, this time, and they're being consistent, right? I feel like this might even trigger you a little bit, like, oh, this is too good to be true. And, I would process that because what I can see here, this person really is getting attached to you and does enjoy having time with you and being consistent, sending you messages. I mean, I feel like this is beyond your illusion that somebody was going to come in and really just meet all the different categories that you were wanting in love. So move slow. Because I feel like you're going to be like, oh, this is just a Romeo trying to come in, and I don't feel like they're really necessarily love bombing you per se, but they're being romantic. They're giving you all the time needed. They're invested in you. They're focused in you. And you're like, wow, this is refreshing, but a little scary too. And the guy's just saying there's no reason to be scared, Share your passion as well. Celebrate life. Realize that you're building some bonds. And you might even tell what's kind of, weighing on you. Kind of tell them, hey, I'm going through some things. I've been working on this. And, if I'm a little standoffish, it's because I'm still a little bit healing, So honesty is the key here because I feel like a good person is entering that is going to be worth your time and energy. I love seeing that for you, Leo. All right, so we're going to move forward to career. Well, if I can keep a hold of the cards. All right. Wow. Something might be coming back around. Something went a little bit dead, or you're worried, you're not going to get a message. It's coming your way. There's going to be a pickup or a message coming your way. Yeah. Something you forgot about, you let go of. You're like, oh, that wasn't happening. That's over with. It's coming back your way. All right. So you think that this opportunity is over with, or this person's not going to get back in touch with you about this offering or business opportunity, whatever it may be. This person's surfacing, or this opportunity is surfacing once again. And I think this is going to be making you happy. And just like with the love situation, don't let it trigger you like this sounds too good to be true. Right. And there is money to be made. Okay, look at this. We got the slow down card in reverse. All right. So money will be flowing nicely. And I think that you'll be able to tell that by looking at all the information that's given to you, right? You'll be able to look at all the data and be like, wow, this really is a good opportunity. You add all the numbers, you think about where the location is, this, that, whatever it may be, and everything seems to work out fine. But then you start to go into this mode, right? Let that go. Any past situations, only a learning lesson on how better you're going to do this time around, right? And you are supported by the universe. You do have all the answers within you. And this is your time to get excited, all right? Because this is your gateway to abundance. I can't express that enough for you, Leo. So don't let those fears take over and keep you from taking advantage of this amazing opportunity. All right, Virgo. Leo. If you need me, don't hesitate to reach out. And we are moving forward with Virgo. Sorry, you guys. I get so crazy sometimes and loopy in these readings. All right. Hi, Virgo. Thank you so much for being here today. I am shuffling these babies and picking up on energy. We're still doing the bonus reading contest. So make sure you're commenting your Zodiac. And know that Pisces will be airing tomorrow because Pisces won this last one. 6 p.m. Eastern to be exact, you guys. And we're going to have a cross watch section as well. Yeah. All right. Shuffling these babies, getting right into love for Virgo. Transformation. Sorry, I got a hair on me. All right. So you're transforming on a personal level. And that's making you go more into alignment and realize what it is that you really want in your love life. So you're processing a lot. And, maybe a lot of it's been guilt on your own behalf. Maybe you felt like you dropped the ball in a lot of past situations or that you weren't good enough or, whatever it may be. And you're starting to be like, hey, no, I can't stress myself about that anymore or overthink those things anymore. What's meant to be for me is going to be for me, right? So if you find yourself, standing, by yourself, thinking about these past situations, wondering what if, it wouldn't have turned out any different with any other different decisions. Okay. So there's no reason to overthink things other than to process them to realize what it really is you want going forward and what energies you want to bring to the table moving forward as well. I feel like somebody's coming forward to give you attention or has been coming forward to give you attention, and you're a little stressed by that. You might even find yourself backing up a little bit, deciding to let that situation go or feeling like you should in some ways. And, you're just kind of, or you might just be backing up, like not sharing as much passion as you were before to this person, maybe not messaging as much, not being as romantic, and kind of treating them like they're ordinary, like, they're not something special anymore. And this is, little too new for all of that is the energy that I'm getting here. And I feel like the reasoning for it is you're a little bit triggered. This is bringing stressors up. And that's what you need to figure out is why. Is it because I'm not ready for this connection and I'm sabotaging in some way? Or does it not really resonate with me? Because a good option doesn't make them your person, right? Yeah, your person is always going to be the better option over anybody. But let's make sure we're not settling because somebody came forward, that's good to you, that's nice to you, that you enjoy spending time with. But something in you is like, I don't know. This just feels off. I would follow that. I would take your time. If they're meant to be there for you, you can't mess this up by taking your time. Okay. Or meant to be there for you, meant to be with you. I always say to people, who's meant to be there with you is going to catch up. Live your best life. Excuse me. We shouldn't wait on people. We don't need to overanalyze, even though it's our, natural human instinct to do. Have fun, enjoy, right? What's meant to be is going to happen. Okay. So there's no real reason to overthink. Just make sure you're processing things. And you might find that you're right, that this person really wasn't for you. For some of you, it seems like a very good offering that could definitely grow. So I wouldn't discount just because I'm seeing this. But I think for some of you, this underlining, like, they're so great, but I'm just not really feeling it, is because it really isn't your person. All right. And maybe you do need to back up, but you're going to have to be the one to know that and make that decision. And just tell yourself, just because they're a good option doesn't mean that they're my option. And then ask yourself, are they my option? What signs from the universe have I gotten that says this is my person? Because there should be tons of synchronicities, letting you know. Because your guides, the universe, your past over loved ones, your ancestors are going to be wild, right? They're going to be sending you all kinds of little messages. It could be in numbers. It could be through music. It could be, you guys find out that you went to the same school in different years. There's just always going to be something, that kind of is like, oh my goodness. Wow. How, what's the likelihood that we were both at Disney World in 1989 in July, something like that. So keep your eyes open for things like that because the universe loves to help you stay on track. All right. So we're going to move forward to career for Virgo. Guides, what do we see? Give me some direct answers right now. Shuffling these babies and picking up on energy. Career for Virgo. You are so passionate about what you do. It just flows through you. And I don't want to say it like it just comes easy all the time. I feel like it could be exhausting. It could wear on you, all these things, but it's just so natural to you. It's what you do. Right. And I got the creativity card. So for you guys, you're creating things, you're making things, maybe growing things, but you're manifesting them. These is an extension of you in some manner. You have all the answers within you and it just keeps flowing from you in whatever shape or form. And you're kind of scared because you've had a lot of work to do. Okay. So there's been a lot of work thrown at you where things are, feel like it's building up. It's maybe even a little unordinary, or you feel like you can't keep up with this anymore. But there's a lot of work to do, even though this is, your passion, your field, where you need to be. And you're just trying to keep it going and not be so mentally conflicted by it, right? To remain balanced. There's a lot being thrown at you. I got the awareness card, and you know that you could very easily get very imbalanced right now. The guides are saying it's very important for you to set boundaries with your work. Okay. Sometimes we got to do stuff to keep our employment. I get that. There's things that are expected of us, but if they're overstepping for things that, you didn't sign on for, maybe you need to speak up to yourself a little bit more and say, no, I'm not capable of doing that. Nope. I don't think I'm going to be here at that day that, that was not on my schedule. Things of that nature, because I got compromise in reverse. So, maybe sometimes we don't need to be so compromising. Okay. So make sure that, you're doing your passion, but you're not letting yourself get completely taken over and stressed with this job, because the reality of it is there's tons of other ways that you could maybe have an outlet in the same career, the same field. Okay. So we don't need to tiptoe with people. All right. No tiptoeing with people. We set boundaries. We do what we're passionate about and let it flow. And that's when we're going to start finding, our balance. And I got the Lovers card here. You just really, really love what you do. And you might even have a new possibility opening up through a friend or a business acquaintance. Okay. So I think even though you might be doing well here, and things, you have a lot of business, a lot of things going on here. With time, you're going to be moving on. I see something about a friend, a business, acquaintance, an offering coming your way. So where you're at is going to open up new possibilities. It's going to lead you into a new direction. And for some of you, oddly enough, I think that you might even get in business with a lover. All right. So there might be some, power couple energy going on here as well for some of you, future base. So this job isn't the end of the line for you, even though it might hit some bases of what you're really wanting. You're okay to set up restrictions with these people, boundaries. Yeah, so if you're getting too exhausted, you feel like you're getting pushed too far, it's time to speak up. Let it be known, because this isn't the end of the road for you. You have so much abundance, so many different opportunities that could be available now and as time goes as well. So very good, Virgo. Love all the hard work I'm seeing you put in, and it is paying off in your favor. All right, you guys, right? Claim it down below if it resonates. And don't forget, I give personalized readings via Keen. All right, we are moving forward to Libra. Hi, Libra. Thank you so much for being here today. I am shuffling these babies and picking up the energy. Make sure to comment your zodiac down below so that you can get a chance to win a bonus reading. All right, guys. What do we see for Libra around love? Give me some direct answers right now. Libra around love. Wow. You are going to have somebody coming to forward to you that you're going to feel like might be above your level. You're like, oh, what, me? You're noticing me over here? All right. Wow. Yeah. And that could be a little bit of a stroke of the ego, and that could feel really good. I don't feel like this person's going to be anybody that's going to be around long term. Maybe the universe is just kind of sending them your way. So you can be like, hey, you are attractive. People do notice you, and you do have a lot to bring to the table. And here is the people that do notice you and pay attention to you and what you're capable of calling in. Because I feel like this is really going to be beyond your illusion, right? You're going like, wait a minute, I cannot imagine that this person is attracted to me. And you might even have some sadness when this person goes along their way. Okay. So no, I'm warning you now, if that kind of pops up this week or this following week, to be a little bit weary if they're going to be here in the long run. But maybe just enjoy it for what it is. Nobody needs to be in our lifelong time, you guys, or long term or lifelong, for us to have a little bit of fun for them. Sometimes we need to just be a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more willing to enjoy life a little bit. And you might find that a lot of these people that enter, they're there for a reason, if it's your true person or not. And that's what I'm kind of seeing, is this person coming forward, stroking your ego, letting you know how attractive you are, Virgo or Libra, and then moving on their way. All right, we are laying on career. You're feeling ignored at work. You feel less exhausted. Maybe things are getting flow, but there's some things that, you just wish that you were being heard more, and you're sitting back on it like, I've said it enough. I'm not even going to say anymore. Everybody's not listening. But at the same time, you're feeling good. You feel like everybody's working together better, right? I got the maturity card, which shows you feel like, you're content in your work, that you worked hard, that that's paying off for you. The playful energy, I almost get to feel like you might be doing a little bit of dancing around at work, singing, listening to some music, just really in flow and alignment with your work, letting it flow from you. And everybody's being playful, having fun with one another, working good together. Whereas in the past, maybe not so much. Maybe you guys had some conflict, had some issues, and now things are going really good and you're just really enjoying your career. All right, I love it. For you guys that are looking for new employment, I would say that if you put an application in somewhere already, that they might not come back forward, you guys, at least maybe not in the time period that you're looking for. They may be, too slow to the call. The guides are saying new vision, put yourself out some more. You might find something more in alignment that's going to make more money, right? So I wouldn't take that as a sign of failure, but maybe being re-guided by the universe to bring you in more cash. All right, Libra. Wow. I like that for you. If that reading resonates, right, claim it down below. And we are moving forward to Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. Thank you so much for being here today. I am shuffling these babies and picking up on energy. Oh, man. All right. So make sure you're commenting your zodiac down below. Try to win the monthly bonus reading. Love guides. Love for Scorpio. Give me some direct answers right now. Mm. Mm. Some of you might be traveling with somebody at work, a superior at work. And there might be some time spent, maybe even some naughtiness, if you so much desire. I'm not sure who that resonates with, but that's pretty specific. For some of you, it's just somebody very admirable. They might be, somebody that's, I don't want to necessarily say wealthy, but just really mastered their career. You know, people look at up to them for their placement that they hold, and the passion is raising. You guys are spending some time together, but I'm going to be straight honest with you. I don't see it lasting. So if you have somebody coming forward, maybe it's just to have the fun in the moment, the joy, the passion of it, taking the memories and going forward. The guys say that if you probably do, you'll probably feel guilty about it. You'll be conflicted as time goes. And really, honestly, if this is somebody that's a work superior person, I'd watch yourself, because any result is you're going to wish that you didn't go there, that if it's going to work against you at work. Also, I see you feeling guilty, even though you're trying to go with the flow, feeling very stressed about the situation, maybe even exhausted around your decision makings. Okay. So I'd watch yourself. You might have a playboy or playgirl at work that's trying to pull you in, and then it's going to leave you feeling like, oh, did I make some bad decisions here? Right? How is this going to affect me in the long term of my career? Right? Whereas they weren't very serious or just trying to have a good time. So I would make your decision wisely. Okay. And we're going to move forward. We're going to lay one more time for Scorpio around love for you guys that doesn't resonate with, just because that was really specific. All right. One more time, guys. What do we see for Scorpio around love? Wow, there is somebody on your mind. And you think this person is amazing. You think they are definitely, wifey or hubby material. They're patient, they're nurturing, they're kind, they're loving, they'll be supportive of you. This is a kind of person that's loyal, all these goodness. And this is something you felt for a while. This is not a new situation. So this is somebody that, for a long time, you thought, oh, this is a good person. This would be a good person for me. This person's everything in a bag of chips, right? But you're scared to come forward to this person. And I think you know why. You're distrusting. You're scared of love. I mean, that's what it boils down to. And that's not nothing to be, I'm not knocking on you per se. You just have a lot to process here before you'll be ready to come for this person. But I think you're right. This person's an empress or emperor. They're a very loyal person. They're a very loving, nurturing person. And I see them being very motivating to you. And, getting your crap together. Let's put it that way. All right. Scorpio, it's time for you to work through all these feelings. So you want to come forward to this person. And then when you think about it, what comes forward? Fear, maybe anxiety, past memories of heartbreak. All those things are what you need to process, work through, so that you can come forward to this person, because this specific person that you have your mindset on, it would be wonderful for you. But as you know, you're not ready quite yet for this. And that's not a bad thing. Okay. I'm not saying any of that to knock on you in any shape or form. We all have times where we need to heal, we need to process things, and taking the time to do so is what opens the door to love. So many people just suppress it, they move forward, and they sabotage relationships. They settle for people that are not good for them, whatever it may be. So by you processing this, working through this, that's how you're calling in this person here that you're already aware of. So you've already processed a lot, because the guides are giving you hints, right? Like, hey, here's your person. Here's this amazing person you're going to have as soon as you work through these little bit of things. And I feel like within the next couple of weeks, you guys are messaging each other. You guys are talking back and forth. All right. I love that. I really love that, Scorpio. And if that resonates with you, claim it down below. I want to know. All right. We're going to lay on money for Scorpio. Guys, what do you see? Let's lay on money. Money for Scorpio. something didn't turn out as desired, right? And you're looking at it as like a failure, but the guys are like, nope, 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 no. If you put money out that doesn't return to you, you don't feel like your investment was returned, you still put that money out to the universe. And what we know about the universe is it always comes back to you, right? So what you project comes back. So it might seem like, it's on a hold now. You've hit blockages. It didn't turn out as desired. But I'm seeing a lion in sheep's clothing, and that's your money hiding back there, waiting for you to be in alignment with it, right? Here's you, harmony, peace of mind, feeling secure, not worrying about money problems, things of that nature. And then that's when the gateways or the floodgates are going to open and all this money is going to come flowing in. We have the slow down card in reverse. That's abundance. That's moving your finances to the next bracket. And you've been guided here. You're right on path. You're exactly where you need to be. So as this comes forward, don't stand back from it. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Be passionate about it, because this is the outcome for you. Success. You might even be traveling. You might even be moving to somewhere new, but you're definitely celebrating and living your best life. All right, Scorpio. I love that for you. All right, Scorpio, don't hesitate to reach out. I give more personalized readings via Keen. My link is in the comments. All right, we're moving forward to Saggy. Hi, Saggy. Thank you so much for being here today. Please make sure you're subscribing, liking, and sharing. Writing your sign in the comments so you can get a chance to win the bonus reading. By the way, you guys, Pisces was the winner of this last month, and it'll be premiering tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you tune in for that. We're even going to have crosswalker section. All right, so we're going to lay on love for Saggies. Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers right now. Saggies. You are sitting way back. You're being silent. You're not even postponing, because you're not even moving towards anyone, anything. You're going for the flow. You're enjoying yourself, and you're consciously aware. You might be, this might be the first time you ever felt like this in your life. You're just like, I am happy with just me, right? Just me in this moment, enjoying my best life, being relaxed, not dealing with anybody's bullcrap. Most people are immature. They're not ready for connections. They're not on your level. And you're like, not dealing with it. Not anymore. I'm about me, my growth, my happiness, my harmony. So you might even be kind of staying at home, working on you. And this is not a bad thing, Saggy. This is a good thing. Yeah, you're getting in alignment with what you want. You're being receptive and open to what it is that you truly desire, because you go putting yourself out with all these mixed feelings about all these past situations, and then you are going to call in that immature person again, right? That's not in alignment with your dreams, your desires, or what you got to bring to the table. Okay, so you're making really good decisions, because if you were to run out there, like I told Aries, earlier in the read, unhealed, with all these suppressed emotions and that you haven't worked through yet, you're just going to sabotage a connection. You're going to settle for someone that, isn't good for you, whatever it may be. This here is how you call in true love, by working on you, by processing these past situations, by sitting back, getting in alignment, getting receptive, so you can call in your dreams. All right. So this is a good thing, Saggy. I think, you're becoming more mature. You're becoming more wise around love. And you're starting to realize, hey, it's not about putting myself out there. It's not about where I'm at. It's about my energetic alignment and, my maturity, my growth. And you're making some good decisions. I love seeing that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and move forward to career and finances for Saggy. Guys, what do we see? Give me some direct answers right now. Somebody came forward to you about something. Something was projected at you, and then they didn't message anymore, didn't talk to you about it anymore. They're going to be coming forward. All right. So know if something was said to you as an opportunity that you got excited about, it felt good, it felt in alignment, this doesn't disappear. All right. I got turning in card in reverse. So you can feel good about this. You can talk about this. I got the rebel. You're taking a new path, right? A different path than most people ever took. And, you know, even though it's going to be a slow build, this is amazing for you. You're excited about this. You're willing to put in that work, that time. And there's going to be things that you're unaware of, little happenings and little mishaps and bumps in the road. And you already know. Right, Saggy, because you've been down this road a million times before, working on you, overcoming, processing, learning, become calm, miss the chaos, so that you can be this rebel, this bold person that follows this road that most people don't follow, right? This is in alignment with you. This suits you. This is what you want, and it's coming back forward to you. All right. So I feel like this was something you were waiting on. You might even thought, oh, this isn't going to work for me. This is not going to happen. And the guides are saying, yes, yes, it is. All right. So we're going to go ahead and move forward to Cappies. Hi, Capricorn. Thank you so much for being here today. I am shuffling these babies and jumping right into love. Please make sure you're subscribing, liking, sharing. And you guys, if this reading resonates, right, claim it down below in the comments. Make sure you're putting your Zodiac to try to win the bonus reading at the end of the month. And we're going to start right into love. Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers right now around love. I've already seen something about a secret lover, Capricorn. That was popping up in the cards as I was shuffling it. All right. So there's something about a passionate possibility. You know, maybe somebody's been like, you know, weighing a hookup with you as an option, or kind of giving you some messages, kind of being back and forth. I don't want to say they're breadcrumbing you per se, but it's definitely been an up and forth kind of detached process. So they might come forward and get you excited, and then they kind of back up. And I know, see, you're very conflicted about this, so maybe this is kind of your guys' normal flow, but maybe you're getting tired of waiting for those messages. Maybe you're tired of waiting for things to pick up. But you've also kind of got a bond with this person, a friendship with this person. And quite honestly, you might want to just leave this at friends. Maybe this is something that's already crossed your mind. And you know that might just be what this is an outcome to. It's just friendship. But you're lacking courage to have that conversation. I would not work this up more than what it needs to be. Either it'll resurface or not going to resurface. If you're wanting more than this, I would definitely cut it off because I don't see it growing past a lover kind of connection, Cappy. So yeah. So if this is too much for you, they're up and down the way they are. Cutting them off could open you up to new possibilities. But let's see. Let's see what else we can pick up for Capricorn. That was pretty specific, so we're going to go one more time. All right. Wow. For a lot of you Cappies, you're still lacking healing from your past connection. And you know it. You're getting your passion back, your mojo, if you will. You're messaging people, you're talking to people, and you're not really putting yourself out looking for love. You really don't think you're there. You didn't expect to be in the situation you are now, but you're trying to embrace it, even though you're still kind of shut off with your heart. right? And the guy just saying not to be upset with yourself, not to think that this is abnormal, even if it's been some time, from your past connection that you're healing from, just work through it. That's what's going to call in true love faster than anything. Right. We can, go on dating sites, social media, bars, whatever it may be, hook up with different people. But if we're not ready, we're not going to be able to make that extra step, or we're going to get with somebody, that's not good for us, or we're going to sabotage a decent connection. And we don't need any of that, right? We want it to be with our person, the person we're meant to be in alignment with. So the faster you work on processing this, getting through this, that's what's going to call in love, not any of those other moves that you can make. So I wouldn't be upset about taking the time to sit back, feeling lack of healing. But I would make sure that we're not packing up and moving there, that we're knowing that you can have love, that you can be happy, that losing this past person isn't the end of your life. It isn't the end of your world. You can have all the different things you desired. And as you start to build your trust back that, life is good, that things can be good for you, you're going to heal. You'll find your person, and that's what's really going to call in your person and motivate them as well, right? To work on yourself, to focus in on their healing and not putting yourself out to superficial connections or just a lover's energy. And look at this. Existence matters, both of you. Even if you haven't met each other yet, you're at a distance, you're both focusing on one another, of self-love, working on yourself. And when you guys come together, you are going to be so loyal and focused into each other because you're going to be healed, bringing the right energy forward. I love it, Cappy. I feel like, love is there for you when you are ready. All right. I love seeing that. Again, if it resonates with you, make sure you're, I can't talk now. Putting claim it in the comments, you guys. Sorry, my voice seems to be going away. All right, we are going to lay on career. Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers around career for Cappy. All right. So if you're somebody that offers services, you're a business owner of some sort, and there's a trust built with somebody that comes forward wanting you to travel for whatever reasoning, I'd watch being too trusting. Okay. Maybe this person isn't trying to come forward being manipulative, but I'm not so sure with the cards I see here. But I feel like it's somebody you have trust for already when it comes to business matters. Okay. And something isn't going to work out in your favor. Something is not going to work out good. And it won't be completely devastating, but it's just not worth your time, your effort. And it's best to just focus into you. So anybody coming forward wanting to work with you this week, maybe even next week, saying, hey, we've done really good in the past. You can trust me. And that'll be your sign is you're going to have to put some trust out with this person. So maybe you have to put some finances out front or some products, or maybe you need to travel to a location before getting paid. Whatever it may be, I would not be trusting of the situation. Even if this person's not meaning to do any kind of mischievous things to you, I don't think it'll turn out well. I would say I have a full schedule. Yeah, the guys are saying beyond your illusion. So I feel like this person, is not somebody that you would think that would play games with you. As I'm saying, not play games with you, I got the playfulness card in the reverse form. So I would say that's directly right on. And the guys are saying, do not move forward with that offering. Okay. Keep the door open for future offerings. So I think this is kind of saying that you can trust this person, right? It's just not going to turn out as planned. So skip this next one if you can. Any kind of business offerings from a friend, a business partner coming soon that you've worked with before, that you have good trust with. All right, that was pretty specific. So we're going to move forward and lay one more time around career and money for Capricorn. Guys, what do you see? Give me a direct answer right now around money for Capricorn. Ooh. Wherever you're investing yourself is good for you. Okay. It's not a bad thing. You might not have new opportunities open up for, but wherever you're at, finances are you're gonna get a raise soon. That's what I feel like. There's gonna be a raise in income. It might not be huge, but it's gonna feel good. It's gonna let you know that you are making good decisions. You might not be exactly where you're wanting to be yet, but this is gonna fuel your passion, make you to go into the next level, and that's gonna let you know you can even take it further, right? That you can go even further. So if you're waiting on a raise, maybe a promotion, I would say that's definitely in the cards for you. All right, that's going to be happening. The guys are saying not to worry, that you can be bold, you can be assertive at work. They're wanting that energy from you. You've been there long enough to be like, hey, I know what to do. I got the answers. You can speak up. It's okay. And actually, you might even come into some extra money that you're going to be able to travel with. All right, Capricorn. So if you've been trying to manifest the extra bucks to go out on a trip or maybe a vacation of some sort, I would say that's going to be happening for you. So very beautiful. If that reading resonates with you, please claim it down below. And I am moving forward to Aquarius. Wow. 1-11-11 Aquarius. How cool is that? I would say if you're here listening to me that this reading is for you. Signs from the universe. All right, Aquarians. What do we see for Aquarians around love? You have been through some devastating situations around love. Past tense. But I feel like this person's trying to resurface, right? If somebody came in and made a mess of their relationship with you, then you leave it like that. You do not backtrack whatsoever. For some of you, this might even be a marriage. And you care about this person. It would be nice to have that time with the person, have things back to the way they used to be, but there's no going back to the past, right? There's no reuniting this, because I'm getting negative event in reverse. This is your thought basis. Postponement in reverse, like, oh, I could just go back. It could be the way things were. And the guys are going, no, no, and no. All right. And the only reason you're still entertaining this is because you feel like there's no new opportunities for you on the love end. And the guys are saying, take control of your mindset, which is in turn taking control of your energy and putting you into alignment in certain things. There are people out here that are more in alignment, and your person is out here too. I got the two-face card. Your person might already even be aware of you. Okay. And are watching you at a distance, but you got to let this person go. You got to release this. You got to process this and get through this so that you can get to this new love that's more in alignment, more caring, more loving, more, affectionate. I feel like this person didn't give a lot of care for you in general. You were just kind of there doing for them, so yeah, no. Yeah. You're conflicted about backtracking this. Like, that this isn't right for you, but you're like, well, nothing else is going on. That's not the way love works, right? There's tons of millions of people out here in the universe. We go entertaining people that are not for us. We're not going to find our person in all this clutter, right? So how we find our person is by processing these things. That's what opens the door to love. Processing these old stagnant feelings you have for this person, working through the reasons of why you want to reach out for this person, why you're still wanting to be attached to this person that's behaved this way, because this isn't on your level. They might have been good to you in a lot of ways, but they were bad to you in a lot of ways as well. And you didn't get the love you deserved. And you backtrack now, you might get stuck in a really bad situation, Aquarius. I hate to say it. And by bad, I mean just like icky energetically. It's not for you. Okay. Look, this is the outcome, sorrow, right? So you think you're going back this to create a happy home, and you get sorrow. And I'm not saying this person is necessarily this horrifying person, but it's not your person. You know, I tell you guys all the time, because it's a good option doesn't mean it's your option, right? There's your option is always the better option. All right. So I just feel like you need to process that so you can call in your person through love and no longer entertain this mediocreness. All right, Aquarians. And we are moving forward to career. He still can't believe this time stamped at 1/11/11. How super cool is that? All right, Aquarians. We're going to lay on career. Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers right now. Oh, wow. These cards are trying to get out of the deck. Like, stop shuffling me and lay me down. All right. So something might have happened that's making you feel a lack of abundance around career. And you're moving out of that. Maybe you even had a downfall, had to scare around finances, to where, you could pay this or you couldn't do that, but you're going into a better time now. I feel that you're going to be more passionate, more excited. And the guys are saying, whatever you're doing right now, to know that this is temporary. All right. So I hate to tell you, if you've invested a lot in this and, maybe it isn't for you. But what I am seeing is a lot of you are doing something that you're kind of passionate about. It's a lot of fun, but in the long run of things, you're going to be guided somewhere else. You're going to be doing something else. So this is just a moment in time. Don't overthink it. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. The money will flow easier. And before you know it, you're going to be re-guided to somewhere else, something better that probably even makes better money, right? Yeah. Look at this. New possibilities. All right. So this is just now. All right. So there's no reason to get so worked up about all this, because the reality of it is it's not your career for the rest of your life. This is right now. So keep excited, and maybe you'll stay in the same field. It would just be, a different location or working for yourself, something on the lines of that. Okay. But I see a lot better things opening up for you, and that you could be having a lot more fun in a moment now if you weren't taking it so serious, or, this isn't the end of the rodeo, I guess is what I'm trying to say, Aquarius. All right, Aquarian, if that reading's for you, let me know by saying it resonates in the comments down below. And we are moving forward to Pisces. Hi, Pisces. Thank you so much for being here. You guys have won the bonus reading. Congratulations. That is going to be premiering tomorrow. Let me see exactly here. The 25th. October 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern. Now, you guys, if you missed that, no worries. That reading is timeless. So it'll be for you whenever you stumble upon it or take the time to listen to it when it resonates with you. Okay? All right. So we are going to start right into love. And you guys, when it premieres, I'm going to be there. So if you want to come in and say hi or ask me some questions, I would love it. Oh, all right. Love for Pisces. You're going to have somebody popping back up, somebody that went silent on you, and they're not even going to give an explanation why. Pisces, what the heck? They're just going to be like, hey, what's up? What's happening over here? And I don't see this such a bad thing. It's not like you guys were dating or, any of the sort, but a little bit of explanation would probably be good. I feel like you'd be more receptive, but I feel like you're going to feel good about this too, even though you kind of just let it go. Like, we didn't have that big of bonds. I'm happy the person's here, but I gotta be honest with you. You know, it feels good to get this person's attention, and, you know, maybe they're good looking, they're a good talker, and, you know, the good conversation between you guys are shared. There's chemistry. Let's put it that way. I think the end of it is you're not going to be very passionate about the situation because it's not really going to work out for you. And here's the thing, this person might be sparking so much interest in you, this passion, this chemistry, because you have a past life connection. Okay. And a lot of times when I see this past life connection, this is, you know, this is a part of your soul family. This is a good positive energy, something that you need to entertain. But in this situation, I think it's just a person coming back to test you again to see if you're going to fall for it. Right. And like, you failed it in the past life, or I'm going to be blunt with you, or this person wouldn't be resurfacing again. And it's for you to be like, hey, no, you're not bringing the right energy to the table that I deserve. You know, you might be a good person. It might feel good that, you know, you give me this little bit of attention, but I deserve full attention. I deserve commitment, and for people to be there through the hard things, the good things, and in between, right? Or whatever it is you want to say. I feel like this person is not coming into alignment with that, and it's keeping you from what you could really have. And it's keeping you from this other soulmate energy that I'm picking up here. The guys are saying beyond your illusion, the decisions that you're making right now and the impact it has on your life in the long run. And I'm not trying to scare you or get you anxiety prone. That if you got somebody, you know, that comes off like a good catch, it doesn't mean they're your catch. And if they're not bringing the energy to the table that's needed, there's no way you're ever going to build with that person. I would look at them as a huge test from the universe, especially with that past life card connected with that, saying, hey, this is the person that did this to you before in the past, coming forward again, playing the same games, okay, from a past life that you need to shut off. You need to have the courage to say no more so that you can follow in your true love. All right. Wow, Pisces. We're going to go ahead and move forward to money. Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers around money and career for Pisces. You're building your courage about going towards a new outlet of some sort. Maybe this is a second venture on top of what you already do. I see you've saved on money. You're feeling stable. Maybe you have some money to invest, but you're ready to stop playing around, right? And that the idea of not playing around and moving full force ahead in this is causing you some stress. So I'm going to give you some peace of mind here and let you know that this is what you've been manifesting. This is what you've been working towards. And you 100% need to jump in with both feet, right? That's the confirmation you're looking for, right? I got the Master card saying you have mastered this. You are here. It is time for you to take action. Letting go in reverse. Don't let this go. You worked hard for this. And when you manifest something, you call something into your reality, and you better not deny it. All right. You need to be on it. 2 feet, jump in, right? Because the universe gives you what you desire. That's just the energy you need to bring to the table. And they're even saying, keep this, grab a hold of this, cling to this, right? Save your money while you're working through this. No extra money going towards any kind of extra things that you don't need. Okay. So no vacationing for a minute. You know, you'll be able to take bigger, better vacations later. And that's what's going to help you be able to obtain this and feel good about this without all this extra stress causing blockages, because you're going to have that extra savings there, kind of helping you, supporting you on the way. All right, Pisces, I love seeing this for you. And like I told you earlier, you won the bonus reading. So tomorrow, October 25th, it's going to be premiering. It's timeless for whenever you come and watch it. But I'm going to give you guys, you know, a full love reading right there. So please tune in. And, you know, every week we do this Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I love you being here. Thank you and blessed be. Mwah.